What's up, everybody? Big Herc 916, and you're tuned in to another edition of my vlog. Want to say thank you for subscribing to the channel, for sharing it, and for really helping my channel grow to what it is today. I'm almost at that 50,000 subscriber mark, and I'll be doing another giveaway. So make sure you guys are subbed up on both my Instagram, Big Herc 916, and the YouTube channel you're watching. I wanted to talk about, is Neeson really a racist? And you know, there's a lot of racial things going on in the news constantly, you know, to have people, you know, conversating. The governor of Virginia, Ralph Northam, you know, they had pictures of him dressed in blackface, and you know, he said it was all in fun. You have Liam Neeson talking about a friend of his was raped by a black man, and he said he actually had a week where he was kind of frequenting the black areas, hoping to kill a black bastard. And you know, it just kind of makes you think, you know, why do people have these type of racial overtones to them? And you know, a lot of people are in denial. A lot of people want to ignore the racial bias, you know, and we can go on and on about different situations. And I'm not, you know, speaking on this to try to be biased, because right here is a picture of a white individual who, by the name of James Zerwig, who basically took a beating during the civil rights movement for black people. You know, this guy got off the bus first, and white people beat the bricks off him for hanging out with blacks, for standing up for black rights. And, you know, this country has so much racial underminings, and none of this has really been addressed. I mean, we talk about to some degree, but a lot of people, when you bring it up, they're like, just, you know, shh, don't talk about it. You know, we don't want to ruffle any feathers. Well, there needs to be dialogue. There needs to be conversation. There needs to be, you know, something being said about the sentiments towards blacks in general, as far as how they're perceived by the races. And I know it's not, you know, to point the finger just at, you know, I'm not at white people, because blacks don't love themselves. You got blacks killing blacks all day, every day in Chicago, shooting each other. You got rappers saying they don't want to have a child with a black woman because they don't want a black baby. So what does that say? You know, there's all these different things out there, and, you know, people, you know, assume and make judgment, and a lot of it's fear-based. And I don't know how somebody can have that much dislike or disdain or hate for another color, you know, because underneath we're all flesh and blood. We all bleed the same. And it's just sad, man. You know, I never grew up knowing racism. I experienced it once for the first time. I've experienced it more than once, but the first time I experienced it was when I moved from California to Texas, and I never heard anybody being called the N-word, and I was called nigger by some kids, and I was having a fight pretty much every other day with these kids. And that's the first time I really experienced that as a young child. But I never knew race, man. I never knew, because my mom's friend was white, that she was white, you know. I just knew she was, you know, my mom's friend, and she was pretty, you know. So I never really judged based on skin color. You know, I always grew up in such a mixed environment, man, you know. And we never judge people by the way they looked. Usually you took the time to get to know that person before you made any type of those, you know, decisions. And I catch a lot of shit because I'm married to a white woman. My mom is married to a white man. My sister's married to a white guy. I have mixed brothers and sisters, mixed nieces, but race has never been a thing, man. I just think that if a person vibes with another person, I don't care if you're Indian, Chinese, Japanese, Filipino, Hawaiian, Mexican, Colombian, then you should be happy. You should let those people live in harmony. You should let those people do what they do, man, and make a great family. But a lot of this stuff, like I said, when you look at just the sentiments of a lot of people we, look up to some degree, it's sad, man. Liam Neeson, I had just watched his movie, Widows, where he was, he had an intimate scene with a black woman, and he was married to a black woman in the movie. The same lady who plays in How to Catch a Murderer. I think it's Viola Davis. Excuse me if I'm wrong, but I think so. But he kissed on her and was very intimate. And then to hear him say that, man, it's like, Liam, you could have picked any other story. Why'd you pick that one to share? As far as what you use to get your inspiration for the movie Revenge, it's pretty stupid on his part. I mean, if you've done racial shit in your past and you change, hopefully you don't have that shit on camera or on video, so that way people won't look at your past actions. But as long as there's, evidence, then people are gonna judge you, man. Even if you change, people are gonna judge you. I mean, I was a bank robber, man. People judge me. People tell me I shouldn't be on the internet. I get hate threats. I get people, trying to threaten my life, over me being out here trying to be positive because I changed my life. And, I just laugh at it because, for everything good you put out into the world, you're going to have negative trying to come at you just as strong. So I'm prepared for it, mentally, spiritually, I'm on a whole nother path. So I keep putting out positive energy. I just think that people who have these racial issues need to talk, man. You need to quit living in fear. A lot of you guys are racial because you're scared to death. I just seen something on Facebook with these girls. Let me find it real quick. There was 30 black girls who were locked in a hot Georgia stockade for 45 days trying to buy movie tickets. This was in 1963. They were between the ages of 12 and 15. Why'd they do that, man? Why'd they lock up these black girls, and why haven't we heard about this? Why are we hearing about it now? Why wasn't this talked about when I was in high school? So this shit could have been addressed, and maybe it could have affected a generation before, and it could have even went above and beyond as far as change by now. But now we're just hearing about it, so now we got to, talk about and create dialogue. But yeah, 30 girls locked in a stockade for 45 days, 12 to 15. Why? Why'd you do that, Georgia? Why? That's why I don't ever want to go there. I got family from Georgia, from Valdosta. I don't even want to go there, man. Super Bowl was just there. I always want to visit Atlanta, but man, when you got racist generational people with that type of sentiment, who does that to kids, man? Why would you do that? What do you fear so much? White man in Georgia that made you guys do this. Some of you guys are probably still alive too. Why hasn't there been reparations for these girls? And see, these old pieces of shit who are racist out there in the world, they pass it on down trying to perpetuate that ignorance. And, I'm glad a lot of you young people are wisening up. I'm glad you guys are seeing the big picture and you're not carrying on the lineage of your horrible ancestors, so that people can look at you differently. But it's just sad, man, when you hear about stuff like this. And then I know people are going to chime in and say, well, Herc, you're racist against white people. Well, I'm not racist against white people. I'm just pointing out facts. You guys, if I was racist, I'd be making all this shit up. It wouldn't be real. You know what I mean? It'd be all fiction, and I'd just be making it up. But I'm speaking facts, man. I'm speaking facts. And the thing is with racism, man, the reason why it's such a powerful thing on one end is because a lot of the people who are racist hold power of the position, which hinder others from climbing that ladder. They hinder others economically, whether it's bank loans, job opportunities, career changes, sports. I mean, it's a number of things. So when you talk about racism, black people, if they can be racist, I guess in a sense, if you say they don't like white people, but they don't affect them economically. They don't do shit. So they're still winning, you know. And it's just a sad situation, man. But I think like dialogue, talking about it, hey man, creating conversation, and you know, and just sharing. You know, I do videos with a number of different people, white guys, black guys, Mexican guys, on Fresh Out. And man, like I said, I just look at them as people. I don't judge them by their tattoos, by their skin color. I just look at them as people, man. But it's just such a negative thing out there, and a lot of people want to talk about it. And the only way we get past it is to recognize it. That's how you get past child trauma. That's how you get past being indoctrinated into a negative lifestyle. You got to talk about it and move forward. You got to reflect on it and move forward. You got to meditate on it and move forward. And that's what allows this change. But I just want to speak on that, man. And I think that it's such a powerful thing that, you know, we have the social media, so now this stuff is exposed, because a lot of times people don't recognize. And like I said, you got blacks hurting blacks because they've been systematically, indoctrinated to not like themselves. So they have no problem with killing each other. And I mean, shit, man, let's address that. You guys, why are you killing each other? Over, you know, territory, a block, or this and that. I mean, man, like I said in my other video, if you guys work together, you can create these corporations, these big business companies. You guys are buying all this liquor and other stuff from all these other manufacturers. Get your own shit, man. Partner up with some of these Mexicans, man, and go down to Mexico and get you some tequila jumping off. You know, do like E40. You know what I'm saying? You know, network. But hey, you know, the racial stuff, man, I don't see it. You know, I see stuff and I get pissed off, because why would people hurt people like that? But I want to bring attention so we can bring change. And that's what my channel is all about, is bringing attention. Liam Neeson, hey man, I was going to go watch your movie, man, but you calling a motherfucker a black bastard, what if the guy was white? Would he be a white bastard? You know what I mean? I understand somebody was raped, man, but you went to a black community looking for a wreck? Come on, man. And Georgia, man, where's your apology to those girls, man? You locked up in that stockade, scared to death, taken away from their families, man. You know, I think you owe them an apology. And I know there's other things out there, and I mean, we can go on and on, man, and you know, the you know, governor in Virginia with the blackface, but the bottom line is people need to create dialogue. Quit trying to whisper and act like you don't want to talk about it, because you get it out, you move past it. You talk about it, you move past it. You learn from it, and that's the whole object. But like I said, it's crazy, man, because like I don't have that kind of hate in my heart. I don't hate somebody because of their skin color. You know, if a person is a good person, man, I fuck with them, man. You know what I mean? I do business with them, but I don't judge people like that, man. But I want other people to know that this is not something that's being made up. This is not something that, you know, you could just sit back and act like it don't exist. I mean, LeBron even said he had racial epitones placed on his fence at his house in Los Angeles. So he's a damn near billionaire, and he's still dealing with it, you know? So money doesn't make you immune to racism, man. And, you know, no matter how much money you make, people are still gonna have their preconceived notions about you. So realize that, but realize that there's other people who are above and beyond that, and you gotta move forward in life. And that's what this is about. That's what this video is about. I'm not trying to create any type of negative. I know I'm gonna get a lot of these guys calling me the N-word. Well, hey man, whatever. It's like it's gonna hurt me. Oh my God. Yeah, whatever. The N-word don't do shit to me, but empower me. Because on the flip side, you are the N-word because you're ignorant. Anyways, Big Herc 916, man. Liam Nelson, what were you really trying to say? Ralph Northam, the governor, what are you trying to say? Where's your apology at? Ralph Northam, hey, you addressed it, but you didn't apologize. So let's talk about this, man. I know it's going to create a lot of dialogue, a lot of comments. I would love to hear from you guys, and some of you guys, and my